tonight is best known as Beth from News Radio, but starting today, you can see her in Godzilla. Please welcome Vicki Lewis. Man, this movie is unlike other movies in that the scale of the promotion of this movie, just how much it's talked about. You know, you've heard so much about it before it's even come out. And then the other day they have the premiere in Madison Square Garden, which is unusual.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, well, actually, to me, the whole thing is doubly surprising because I'm a little superstitious, and I have this sort of ritual that I perform when I don't audition well, right? And when I auditioned for Godzilla, I didn't feel it went well, so I took the script of Godzilla and I placed it under the left back wheel of my car and I drove over it. And I got home and the agent said, called and said they loved you, they want you to come back. And I said, well, you're going to have to send me the script because I ran over it. And they actually know what that means.
Well,
so,
is that a way to help you get the project then? You think, like, if it didn't go well, I'll put it there and this will somehow make me get the part?
Well, my instincts aren't always good, and if you drive through the Sony lot, you can find a smattering of scripts with big tire marks, through them. I don't really know what it means, but so it's quite surprising that I'm in the movie, let alone that it's on such a huge scale.
What's it like, seeing yourself? The screen, it was huge at this premiere, I heard.
Yeah, it was absolutely huge, and it was, it's horrifying to watch.
I wouldn't want to see myself blown up that big and go, hey, look, acne scar from 1977.
Yes, I don't think anybody.
That's what I'd be cheering to people around me. We have a clip here from the movie. I guess it doesn't really need much setup because it's Godzilla and everyone knows what it is.
Absolutely.
Let's take a look.
Okay.
Well, here it goes.
You played a small Japanese boy in that. We were watching some of those old Godzillas. That's a clip of one of them. I just had to. I wanted to see that again. They're insane, some of those old ones. That's Godzilla's baby.
Is it now?
Yeah, and it talks. It says things like, here goes.
You know, the real...
What? I hope this one doesn't have a talking baby.
No, this one's a hermaphrodite, though, right? Because it can reproduce on its own, so it has, like, the sperm and the egg all in one. Yes.
It lives in the village,
Indeed,
yeah. What, let's go by and see Godzilla's show. He's a hermaphrodite? Really? I didn't know that.
Well, yeah, he reproduces. He's like a DNA sort of nightmare, and he's got both, he reproduces without a mate, so that would classify him as a hermaphrodite.
So he's both man and woman at the same time?
I suppose.
Yeah, that's very weird.
Yes.
That's very cool.
Yes.
Did you see Fabio earlier, by the way?
Yes, I did.
Okay.
Hard to miss.
Just curious. No, we were talking about those, well, I can't get over it.
You think he's, Oh, what? Oh, I didn't hear. I had the sound down. What was he saying?
You don't need to.
We have the same hair, kind of, right?
Yeah,
we
exactly.
Kind of do.
Yeah. It's very distracting.
He's copying my hair. Yeah.
Yes, he's patterned.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's bad news. Like, Fabio has patterned himself after you. I want to ask about what it's like to be doing... You haven't done a movie quite like this. It's a big action movie with people firing howitzers, tanks.
I know. There was at one point in the film, I was sitting in a Humvee, and actually in that moment, I realized why Arnold Schwarzenegger does what he does, because I'm not sure if a woman can get a testosterone rush, but I think I got many working on that film. We were sitting in this Humvee, right, and there were like 2 choppers and a rain machine and 3 searchlights, 200 Humvees, 200 Army vehicles, 400, Army guys, and they yelled sound speed action, and we drove up this hill, got out of the Jeep and ran, and by the time they yelled cut, I was ready to kill somebody. It's too bad Marge Schott wasn't in the movie,
Oh, my God. All the people that love her are now going to write you angry letters.
Yes, indeed.
I wouldn't worry about it.
Thanks. Thank you.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Do you get a chance to go home much? Because I know you're from Ohio. And
I go home. I visit Marge. She's from Ohio. I love a good chat with her. And,
she'll want to see you now,
yeah. Right. And my parents, actually, and they don't let me drive the cars, though. It's their weird little thing.
You're not allowed to drive.
No, and I have a perfect driving record. I actually get deductions on my insurance, you know, for being a safe driver. But that's their little thing. It's not like they have a Bentley and a Rolls. They're perfectly fine cars there, but they're two Toyota Corollas, right? So, and there's nothing to do in Ohio but wait for the mail and go to the mall. So when I'm home and I'm ready to go to the mall, I say, Mom, you know, I'd like to go to the mall. And I get in the car, and she drives me there, and then she gives me a quarter, and I call when I'm done. And
You're kidding.
No,
You're being honest?
I'm totally honest. And so last time I went home, I was standing out in front of the mall, and this nice girl came over to me, and she said, aren't you the girl from News Radio? And I said, yeah. She said, would you mind? I'd like an autograph. I said, no problem. She said, what are you doing here? I said, I'm waiting for my mom to pick me up. Well, here you go. I got to go. She's here. It was a little...
She comes by in a big station wagon.
No, the Corolla. The Toyota Corolla.
It's more embarrassing. When I was growing up, my dad had an old station wagon that he bought from a motel in Maine. And it had the name, it was like called like, seriously, it was called like Pine Manor Inn, and it had a pine tree painted on the side of it.
Yes.
And he got a good deal, and he bought it. And, you know, just as I had my learner's permit but wasn't able to drive yet and stuff, my dad would come and pick me up in front of everybody and go, come on in! And it was this car, and I was like, that's not my dad, you don't misunderstand.
It's horrifying.
Yeah.
My mom used to pick me up in curlers, and I would make up that
My dad would pick me up in curlers.
Really? Oh,
yeah. That's the part where it gets really sad.
Fabio probably picked his kids up in curlers, right? I had to wait. I would tell my mother that I would make up things that I had to be on the side in the corner, you know, without, you know, because I didn't want any of the kids to see that she had curlers in her hair. Bless her heart, what's wrong with that, right?
Nothing wrong with that. People should be who they are. That's the message of this show. This show's never had a message, has it, Andy? Did we ever have a message?
As far as I know, no.
We've never had a message the whole time. Well, it's very nice having you back on the program.
Thank you. It's good to be back.
And we hope you come back. I've not seen Godzilla yet, but I'm actually... someone on the show came and saw it last night and said that it delivers, that it's really fun.
Yeah, it absolutely does. You should go and see it.
Was it weird? I mean, because there's no Godzilla there. You're probably just reacting a lot to, but there's nothing there, right?
Yeah, I don't do that, though. But yeah.
Why? That was perfect acting.
Godzilla for me was two pieces of tape, like these little pieces you have here, but it was yellow, and it was right like an X on the side of the camera, so that was Godzilla. So whenever I see a yellow tie, or, you know,
that's your
I
motivation.
get a little, like, knee-jerk reaction.
Get her, Andy. That's your low-budget version.
I can reproduce on my own.
That is scary to see. All right, well, Godzilla opens today. No more to say on that. They don't need our help promoting it. Vicki Lewis, thanks a lot for coming by. Always nice to have you here. We'll be right back with the Deftones. Stick around. Good evening. Do want to thank all our guests for being here. Our thanks to Fabio for making the scene here tonight. All about Fabio. We want to thank Vicki Lewis for being here. I like Vicki Lewis. And our thanks to the Deftones for being here. Of course, you got your Andy Richter, you got your Max Weinberg and the Max Weinberg 7. Good night, everybody. Stay tuned for later. We'll see you tomorrow.